Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it. I've probably gotten over 300 requests to do this video. And, ever since Errol Spence Jr. has kind of disappeared on the negotiations with Sean Porter, people have been wondering what he's been up to. And, I've already speculated that it's possible that he could be negotiating a fight with, Terrence Bud Crawford. But the bigger fight that makes probably, the most sense coming from Errol Spence's perspective financially would be the Saul Canelo Alvarez fight. Errol Spence, Canelo Alvarez has been talked about. Oscar De La Hoya stated that he would love to make that fight. Errol Spence Jr. has been quoted as saying, have him call out. I would love to fight Canelo Alvarez. These guys even talked about making a fight at 154 and 160. We all know that Canelo Alvarez is the A side in any negotiations with any fighter. And so the weight is going to be at where he says so. So the weight would be at 160. Oscar De La Hoya, there's already been a number tossed around about $20 million. Errol Spence Jr. has been reportedly stated that, hey, you never take the first offer, have him call out. I'd love to make the fight. Oscar said he'd love to make the fight. This indeed would be a huge fight. It would be a spectacle. And, I think that, Errol Spence Jr. Has already stated that, hey, he's going to fight as high as 168 pounds one day. So, a lot of people saying that, he's doing what Mikey did. That doesn't make any sense because Errol Spence Jr. is not a natural 147 pounder. Yes, I understand he had fights at 147. Yes, I understand that he makes that weight, but he is a very large welterweight who's more than likely a naturally 154 to 160 pounder, and he stated out of his own mouth that he'll be fighting at 168 one day. So you have to be honest and unbiased with yourself and realize that Errol Spence Jr. versus Canelo Alvarez at 160 is a fair fight. It's a fair scrap. Now, at the end of the day, even though it's a fair fight weight-wise, Errol Spence Jr. is bigger than Canelo Alvarez, and he's older than Canelo Alvarez. So people will say, oh, he's not as experienced, he has this and that. He doesn't have the same level of experience as Canelo because Canelo has experience at the highest level of boxing. But what I will say when it comes to Errol Spence versus Canelo Alvarez and a potential super clash, at the end of the day, I think it'll be a good fight, an interesting fight. It'll be a good fight for boxing, as far as people gaining interest. But it'll be something to the lines of it won't be competitive when the fight actually starts. Yes, Errol Spence Jr. is a big guy. He's going to come in and he's going to be ready to fight Canelo. And we'll see what approach he takes, because if he tries to box, he's going to get outboxed. If he tries to walk Canelo down, he's going to get stopped. If you look at it like this, Danny Jacobs, who's a much bigger fighter than Errol Spence Jr., who I believe was about 185, 184 on fight night against Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez backed him up, moved him around, and kept walking him down the entire fight. Errol Spence Jr. is just nowhere near the enormous size of Danny Jacobs, doesn't have the power or pop. He couldn't even stop a small Mikey Garcia moving up in weight. So at the end of the day, if we're being honest and unbiased, Canelo Alvarez stops Errol Spence Jr. Around the 6th round in that fight. It won't be competitive. And, I just have to be honest and unbiased when I evaluate that, because a lot of people seem to think that this is a much more competitive fight. People seem to think that Errol Spence Jr. is just masterclass boxer. Errol Spence Jr. has never put on an elite level display against an elite level opponent because he's never faced one. He fought an elite level Mikey Garcia, but Mikey Garcia was moving up 2 weights, had enormous disadvantages, and he's not an elite fighter at 147. We know that now. So at the end of the day, while I think it'll be an interesting fight for as long as it lasts, I think Canelo Alvarez stops Errol Spence Jr. Once again, unbiased as always, it's the IBFP. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.